guys, this is Angie H, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. This is your weekly dose of tea where we dive right into holistic health, societal issues, and even a platform that gives you that motivation and inspiring thoughts that would help you see the rainbow even in your darkest cloud. So I want you to sit back, grab that cup of tea, and enjoy the show. Hey guys, and welcome back to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. I am your host, Angie H, and today it's going to kind of be like a family podcast. We are all dealing with the Covid-19. We are dealing with the coronavirus. The kids, in some states, it has been announced that they will not return back to school, but they have been doing this online learning, different things like that. And just being stuck in the house is stressful, and so I wanted to just know or give you the things that the Hall family is doing to keep our sanity during this time. Me personally, at first I was stressed out about not being able to go out and things like that because I am one that is always on the go. I'm always finding something to do. I have yet to sit on a weekend just to sit, take a nap, do anything like that, have a lazy day. I have no idea what that really is. So I am always the one that has to move. But during this time that we've been in the home, I have actually sat down. I have rested. I still have to work on this self-care thing because I'm still always doing something even though I'm sitting in the house. But I found that during this time, it has really made me just take a look at everything all together and really see the value of family and time with the kids. I'm making sure that they get up. They have been on a schedule before they even started their online classes with school. They had a schedule. I get them up. They get their breakfast. They start their day. They have their electives. They have their core classes. And now they have their work from school. So they're actually... It was amazing that I had them on the schedule I had them on because that is the schedule that the school had them on. But again, I just think that it was just overall, it has been a positive experience. It could be so much worse. It could be so much stressful in the home, but it has actually been a positive experience for the Hall family to actually take the time to spend with one another and do different things. I have to tell these kids to quiet down a lot, but they can't get that pent up energy out. So we trying to be safe. But Kylie, how do you feel about do you know about the coronavirus? Do you know what it is?
I think it is about sickness.
Right, it's a type of sickness. Okay. And has it made you sad?
It made me mad.
It made you mad? And why is that?
It made me mad because we can't go to school anymore.
Oh, okay. So you kind of miss your teachers and your friends. Okay. So yeah, that would kind of make me upset too because I can't go to work. And I was working with students and stuff like that. So I can kind of see. I kind of miss seeing some of my students that I talk to every day. I've seen every day, so I can kind of understand it making you upset. Ty, how do you feel about it?
I'm like mad but happy at the same time.
And why are you happy and mad?
Well, I'm mad because I'm used to like driving out and stuff, and I miss like seeing my aunts and family members and stuff. But then I'm kind of happy because I can sit back, play some games, read comics. Have me some me time.
Oh. Oh. Well, somebody in the house know how to find some self-care and some me time. What about you, Dad?
Daddy.
I'm still going to work.
Oh.
I'm essential. My days haven't changed at all.
That's true. Dad is essential. So Dad gets up before the sun comes up while we're still drooling on our pillows and living our life. Daddy is at work. Daddy is work and started work but he's been at work for a couple of hours before we even wake up to eat our breakfast.
Pretty much.
So, during this pandemic and us having to be in the house on this stay-at-home order, we have started doing things more, the things that we started talking about that we were going to do. We actually do it. Like, we have games and stuff. Kylie, what out of all the games, we have board games now. So which game do you like playing the most?
Well, I really like playing all of the games, but we can't play Twister that much because we're upstairs. So I play Sorry, and I play cards by myself, and I play this new game. I forgot what it's called.
Which game is it? You talking about the Trouble game?
Yeah, the Trouble game.
Oh yeah.
Because we can't play Twister, but we can play Twister another time.
Right.
But when we play Twister, we be stomping.
Yeah.
We're like boom, boom.
Yeah, y'all do. What about you, Ty?
I would say Twister is my favorite board game.
Your favorite game?
It's hard getting down here. I'm flexible. Rest, and I get down here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
I can really walk on my knees. I can walk on my kneecaps. It's easy.
Oh, so y'all don't like my marble game? Y'all are really hating on my marble game.
I love it. I play it.
No, y'all don't like my marble game. My men Kyla. Y'all are haters.
We didn't even pick. We just picked Twister.
Yeah, y'all didn't even.
Picked a marble game.
So that being able to incorporate our childhood into the pandemic to them, how do you like it? Do you think we should have started doing that earlier, or
We should have been implementing this type of stuff earlier to get them off of the computers and the phones and every other doohickey computer type we give them to play with? We should have been doing stuff like this more often to bring the family together. And for me, the one good thing that did happen is it made families come back together. So
I agree with you. Electronics and technology are so easy, and it's so much that you can do on a computer and things like that it's easier just to pick it up and get engulfed in it versus let me pull out this game, let me set up these pieces, who go first, and things like that. But I agree with you when you said that we actually are back to the togetherness, the familyness. And I know that when the oldest ones were younger, we did have Friday night game night, where we played the board games. We played the video game with the console, but it was an interactive game. Like we played then it was like Connect, so it was the different Connect and just the competition and the things like that, the different Zumbas and stuff. So we did incorporate that, but I guess my thing is when you have the luxury of a 2-parent home, it's a blessing. But it's still hard when both parents have to work to survive. So it's easier then for them to pick up their game and play a game or, stuff like that. We never really let them do a lot of Xbox and stuff like that, but they do have the little games that they play against each other on their own, their phones or tablets or something like that. And then it's just, like I said, it's that family time. We have to get back to it. I would always cook anyway, so the having to cook part hasn't been an issue, or hasn't been like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out, because that was something that I was doing anyway. It's something that I will truly stick to now, for the simple fact that it's so many issues with the factories and the meat and the the companies are having to kill so much of the animals and stuff like that because they're not able to ship it out as fast because we're only doing takeout and things like that. So it is really a challenge, but just trying to really keep my family as healthy as possible. If that means staying in longer, even after this, or even adopting this as our new normal. So, Ty, what do you think? Do you think that even we'll go outside, we'll do the different things like that, but would you be upset if this became our new normal where we stayed in more, we played games and stuff like that? Would that bother you?
Well, to be honest, if I stay in too long, I might freak out.
And why is it?
Because I'm used to like going outside for a little bit.
Well, no, you'll still have that option. When it's the governor say we can, you'll still have that option because I love for y'all to be outside because that vitamin D is good for us. So y'all being outside, y'all are outside kids through and through. That is always going to be y'all. I don't expect that to change. But I'm saying as far as us, how we do it now, you get your lesson in, you get your reading in, you get some board games, you get off the electronics. We're eating, cooked food more. Would that be okay with you? Yep. As long as you get to go outside?
Yep.
What about you, Kylie?
It stresses me out a little bit because we always go outside, but we can't stay outside really long. But we stay outside long, but y'all say, come back inside.
So that stresses you out not being... First of all, sorry. She said that, and she said that she is stressed out because her playtime is cut short. Okay. Well,
we always get like fresh fruit from Papa's.
Oh yeah.
And we meet our Papa's and stuff.
Oh, okay. So you don't get to see your grandparents. So that's where your stress level is rising.
Well, we can see our grandparents, but not our other ones in Smithfield. Though we can just see the persons in Raleigh.
Oh, you can't go to Sanford and see your other two grandpas?
Yeah, but I really want to see my mom Madonna because it's her birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Okay. Yes, so yes, in Smithfield is where her godmother lives. So that's where that Mama Donna is her godmother. And so she is stressed out.
Papa Calvin.
Okay, yes, in Smithfield. All right, Dad, what about you? Is this our new normal?
It can be. I mean, I don't have a problem with it at all. I got to gather up my other babies and get them back in the swing because we used to do Friday night movie night and stuff like that, and our oldest have mentioned that in past conversations they miss doing that. So this can be the bring us back to our roots type of thing. And for me myself, I do appreciate stuff like this, but it shows me what we haven't been teaching our kids, what our kids have been exposed to and not exposed to, and we can bring them back to center instead of letting them stretch out too far. We can bring them back in a little bit.
I agree. Teaching our instead of always going with the flow of society and everybody else, kind of taking them back to how we grew up, where eating out was a luxury. Period. Like, you was excited when that once a month or so came and you was able to eat out.
What, from McDonald's?
And we were just talking the other day how riding, that was the thing. Like, just getting in the car and just riding. You didn't have no destination. You didn't even get out. It was just the fact that you were just riding through the country. You was looking at the big houses and stuff like that. That was an excitement. That was a trip. on Saturdays. And my thing was, when I was younger, my mom would get a newspaper. We would get up before the sun came up. We would grab a biscuit and we went to yard sales. Like, yard selling was my Saturday I enjoyed. And that is something that, as we, get back to whatever type of normal we're going to have, it's just incorporating our childhood. We try to make it easier for our kids when actually they need to kind of go through what we went through so that they can understand. So when they get to these times, these moments in history, they're not as freaked out when things change abruptly. So that is my personal opinion. I'm okay with it kind of staying in this moment, or taking some things from this moment into the future, so that we can begin to have a balance of what it was when we were growing up to what it is now that when we're raising our kids, and then they can start to take these different types of moments and won't freak out when they start to raise their own families. So that's my opinion. But I just wanted to just jump on today with my family and tell you some of the things that we are doing, and how we feel about this whole pandemic. And then hopefully it will encourage you guys, if you haven't quite found that balance yet, or you're still trying to figure it out, or you just need some different things to add to what you're already doing. We just wanted to just get on and just share how we felt about it and the different things that we were working on as a family. And like he said, we have adult children, so we kind of got to bring the adult children back around, because eventually, they're over 20, and one, our middle boy is about to be 18, so these are adults, so they're get ready to really get into this world and find their way. And I don't want them to be in a panic like everybody else in the world, that they'll be able to okay, well, you know what? Mama taught me how to X, Y, and Z. Mama make herbal capsules, so let me ask her how she did it so I can get my capsules. Different things like that. Just living on the land, making a pot of, growing some different herbs in their homes, or whatever we can do from this moment, and then taking the time to pause and slow down is what I learned from this. And that was never me. I was always busy, always on 10,000, never taking the time to just slow down and be in the moment. We have stopped being in the moment. So that is what I wanted to share. You got one last thing to say, Kylie?
Yes. My daddy been waking up. What?
I'm just waiting to see what you got to say myself. Go right ahead.
So I got nothing.
Man, I'm like, what you about to
What
say?
are you about to say?
Nothing. I don't know.
All right, so you don't have one last thing to say before we... you have to say anything you want to encourage the little girls? Anything? You need me to come back to you? Oh, what about you, Ty? One last thing to say?
Yeah. Kids out there staying inside, go outside for a couple minutes. Get off that Fortnite and stuff.
Fortnite.
Stop playing solos and duos. Go outside for a little bit, throw the football around, or any other sport you got,
Okay.
Okay.
You ready now?
Yeah.
You can go box.
So kids, if you don't got nothing to do and you don't want to go outside, you can get on your electronics a little bit, and then after that you can play some Fortnite or some Call of Duty, and then after that you can play with your cousins or your friends. I play with my cousin. Ty plays with his. We got the same cousin. That's all I got.
So nobody gonna say read? Like, pick up a book You can't go outside. You can't play electronics. Get that 20 minutes of reading in. That's required.
And reading.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Daddy,
Anything?
last things, Daddy? Bye. Good luck.
I don't have anything new. I gotta go to bed in a little while and
What?
go to work. That's all I got.
How are we gonna go to bed a little while? It's 8:29.
Okay. So, that is the Hall family, raw and uncut. We not edited anything. This is what we do. We listen to these Google boxes. We they tell jokes. They do all these different things to pass their time. But again, I really think that it is very sad, and our condolences to the ones. We actually know people that have actually lost their lives due to the COVID. So we do not take the pandemic lightly. We do not think it's fun and games. We do believe that we may not be aware of everything that the COVID is or does. So we do pray for those families because of our lack of knowledge of what is really going on. But I do appreciate the pause in life that we received from it, because it made us value the time that we have here, the time that we have with our family. And it also gave us some insight that life can happen. Life can happen fast and unexpectedly. We're putting so much time into jobs, grocery stores, different things like that. And the government has shown us they can cut it all off. And if they do, what will we do? If they begin to give us rations of everything we need in life right now, what would we do? So this was a self-reflecting moment for a lot of us to see, what else can I do? What other talents do I have if I can't go back to work? What if all I have is internet access for my kids to finish school forever? I mean, different things like that is what this moment really meant, was to sit here and reflect on the what if we nevers. And that has really, really worked for me. I have said on several podcasts about my husband and my father. They are homestead preppers, whatever you want to call them. They are self-sufficient, and they are doing everything they can to prepare me, prepare our family to be that way. So just doing more reading, figuring out how can I save some of this food? What do I have to do to freeze this food? Because we don't know. This has shown us that we really don't know what can happen in this earth or in this world. How will we make it? So we just wanted to share from the halls what we were doing and how we felt about this pandemic. And I hope that we have said something that will encourage you. You can share some things with us. And I hope that you were able to laugh if you felt like this has really stressed you out, giving you anxiety, and you wouldn't be able to laugh. We hope that we put a smile on your face. But again, use this moment to reflect and think about things can happen. What's most important to you? Is it the people, or is the money and hurrying up and reopening more important than your life as a whole? So you guys, thank you for joining us, and I'll be right back after these messages for your 365 Black Excellence moment. You guys want to say goodbye?
Bye!
Hey guys, Coach Angie here, defining our purpose. What does that mean to you? What does that entail? What does that look like? What do you feel that you may need in order to define your personal purpose? Could it be you need a little inspiration and motivation? Could it be that you need something that's going to help you with your spiritual growth and personal growth? Could it be that you need just a little jump start to begin that holistic health journey that you keep saying that you're going to start? Well, you can find some of these things to help you on my website, www.definingourpurpose.com. If you click on the DOP tab, you can actually find my devotional workbook, Inspirations, ANNESPIRATIONS. This is something that helped me in my dark days, and I wrote it from a place that I needed to find my own personal spiritual growth. Also, you can click on the Niche Charles tab, and there you will find my holistic products that I create by hand, as well as my coaching and different services that I provide. No matter what you need, just know that you don't have to do it alone, that there is someone that you can talk to, and I'm that person if you need me. Definingourpurpose.com is where you can find all the information. Also, Inspirations is also found on Kindle and Amazon. Hey guys, welcome back to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. I am here with your Black Excellence 365 moment. Let's talk about Dr. Thomas Mensah, a Ghanaian American scientist and also an entrepreneur. Dr. Mensah has at least 14 patents to his name. He has edited 2 books, authored several articles, and has been involved with several of the fastest growing fields in engineering, notably fiber optics and superconductor technology. One thing about Dr. Mensah is that I thought was very amazing was the fact that with his innovations in fiber optics, he played a major role in using this technology in missiles to help the United States to quick victory in 1991's Gulf War. He continued to add his professional reputation as the first African American to become a national chairman of the Materials and Engineering Sciences Division of the American Institute of Chemical Engineers, and as a member of an MIT advisory board. He's also the founding member of the AICHE's Emerging Technologies area. And with these credentials, he had no problem with finding investors to his own company, Supercod Technologies in Norcross, Georgia, in 1992. The company had discussed with Lockheed, an aircraft manufacturer, about supplying materials for the company's new F-22 fighter bomber. But Mensah aimed at a non-defense products as well, following the end of the Cold War in the 1990s. Including the Supercod, which is his company. He had the opportunity to apply his military technology to civilian enterprises as well. The company promoted a extra strong composite material it had developed, hoping it interests manufacturers such as the stadium seats and waste containers. He has truly done a lot. I can go on and on and on about him, but being that he was one of the first ones to help with the invention of fiber optics, we use fiber optics in everything. I thought that was just simply amazing. He gets a lot of honors. He's featured in traveling exhibitions, which is amazing too, showcasing his accomplishments of 100 black scientists and engineers, as well as internationally exhibited display called Black Inventors. Black-oriented websites began to mention the African-born black scientists. So he's Ghanaian American, who helped the United States win the Gulf War. By the early 2000s, the financial troubles of the world that everybody faced actually had driven him from his supercar vision in business. But during his career, he had air and chemical products, Corning Glass Works, and then his own company in Norcross. He also was featured in the 100 Black Achievers in Science and Technology. So he has contributed to a lot across America, but I thought that it was amazing that him, along with other inventors of fiber optics, had a part in the United States winning the Gulf War. And he's still alive to this day, so that is just simply amazing. And again, that is Dr. Thomas Mensa. So when you think about fiber optics, just remember that name. When you think about the win in the Gulf War, just know that it was the fiber optics from Dr. Thomas Mensa that was put into the missiles that helped. So that has been our Black Excellence moment. You guys have a great day, and thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to Thursday Thoughts Over Tea. I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you feel so inclined, please subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple, TuneIn, and wherever you get your awesome podcasts, and also on Anchor FM. So remember, we're here every Thursday for some much needed chit chat over your hot cup of tea.